building the MVP process. How do we put it all together? So we've talked about the reason why MVP process is so important to developing a championship culture. Then I highlighted the mission. We operationally defined mission. We also talked about vision, and we've talked about principles. Now, how do we do it? How do we pull this all together? How do we involve our people? And I encourage you, rule number one, when you're doing this, do not work in silos. You must take a collaborative approach and get voice from everybody. And I'll tell you why. Every coach wants a connected culture. Every athletic director wants aligned programs. But here's the truth. Culture isn't created for people. It's created with them. That's why the most powerful MVP processes, your mission, your vision, your principles, they aren't written in isolation. They're built together. When coaches and athletes help build the mission, vision, and core principles, they don't just follow them, they own them. And when they own them, they are more likely to live them. And when they live them, they are more likely to execute in everything they do at a much higher level. You see, ownership builds alignment. Alignment builds belief. And belief builds behavior, which is the foundation of every championship culture, because we know behaviors drive results. People that commit deeper to what they do have a clear mission, a clear vision, and a clear set of principles. Start with your coaching staff. How do we get this thing going? Ask them. Ask your coaches, what do we want this program to stand for? What do we want to be known for? Long after the wins and the losses fade away, long after the power on that scoreboard shuts down, what do we want to be known for? And let everybody speak. Every assistant, every level, varsity, JV, freshman B, JV2, everybody should have a voice. When staff help define the mission, the why, when they help define the vision, the where, and the principles, the how, you don't get compliance, you get commitment. Now, your staff meetings aren't about what drill or what play. They're about what behavior and what belief. That's leadership alignment. Next, bring it to your athletes. Get your kids involved. They're smart. They will tell you. They would love to have a voice. And ask them the same questions. Why does our program exist? What does it look like when we're at our best? And what kind of teammate do you want to be known for? Let them wrestle with it. Let them own it. When your players see their fingerprints on the walls, they'll protect the culture they help build. The language they create becomes the standards they live by. And when athletes say that's not who we are, when somebody falls short, when they show up late to practice or to a bus, or when they misbehave in the hallway or the locker room or maybe at a visitor's arena, and a teammate says that's not who we are, that helps lift up that teammate and help them meet the standard. And you know your MVP process has taken root when that happens. You see, the MVP process, it isn't just a poster on a wall. It's a playbook for behavior to make it real. Start every meeting with a mission moment. End every practice with a principle check. Celebrate athletes who live the vision, not just the ones who score. because repetition, it builds reputation. And reputation turns words into a way of life. If you want your culture to stick, make it part of your daily language. Culture isn't just a speech, not some rah-rah halftime to get the team to play better. It's a system. When your coaches and your athletes collaborate to build your MVP process, you create something powerful. Not a top-down system, but a shared identity. Mission gives your work meaning. Vision gives your team direction. And principles gives your program consistency. Together, they transform your culture from words on paper into behaviors in action. Behaviors that win. So here's your challenge. Don't build your MVP process for your team. Build it with your team. Because when everyone's voice is heard, everyone is invested. And that's when your culture becomes unstoppable. Not because it's perfect, because it's shared. Build it together. Live it together. That's championship culture. Now, are you a coach or an athletic director with a growth mindset? If so, click the link below to sign up for our newsletter that you'll get in your mailbox every Friday morning. If you're a coach or an athletic director that want to grow, that really want to dive into growth as a leader or as a coach, then head on over to Coach Ed and click that link below and get your athletic department signed up today.